So Andreas wanted me to take the camera, do some recording today. It's just after lunch. Before lunch, I came in the calf barn with Taylor, and we took some blood from a few calves in here. And I took some blood from them so I could have it separate, and then we could check the how good the passive transfer was. So I got it sitting right here, and in a few hours that should separate, and then I can use the refractometer here to check the passive transfer and how good we're doing with our, colostrum feeding.
So right now we are making a foot bath. We're just moving the cows. Come on.
Was moving the cows around, and I was getting the foot bath cleaned out, and we got the water hose turned on, but it we got some icage. We get it, okay.
I'm trying to unice.
Well, it was like -20 yesterday, so apparently this froze a little bit, but it's flowing, so it should thaw eventually with this little stream of water.
I'm gonna turn it on more.
It's just on all the way.
It's not.
Why isn't it on all the way?
It's on 7/8 of the way.
Then turn it on all the way. Jesus, well, that would help. Ugh, God. Oh, it's just absolutely so slow. God lordy. We have not gained yet.
No, still a lack of water.
We might just carry some pails out here and get it done faster. Eventually, I figured it would. So I can get this cleaned out all the way, and then put water in, fill it with water and some formaldehyde, and then we will run a foot bath. Well, we just put the chemical in, and we're letting it fill up, and then we'll start running cows through it. Yeah, that's about it, but yeah. We're just waiting. Chowing down, waiting. Obviously, they're usually not this crowded. They have both sides. We can turn it off now.
Just got tape on it.
Was it on the whole time? Is it not counting? What is
You're taking a picture. You gotta press the side button.
Is it time lapsing?
No, you gotta side button it. Watch it just be recording and then just listening to us.
What is it? The side button doesn't work. Just junk. I just think that thing.
I think it's been recording because there's numbers on the front moving. See?
For the last, so it was recording my pocket, just junk. Just fucking, how do you turn it off?
I don't.
So what we do is we grab a few at a time and push them down. Like that cow that just went through, that's a mature cow, so she knows what she's doing. A lot of these heifers have never went through that with a actual foot bath in. Only go through there if we sort them. So some of the heifers are not the smartest, but you get a cow to go first and they usually follow. All the ones on the other side of the feed there, cows we already did. They're just running around because they're excited to guess. So, and so what we do is we grab a few at a time and just push them up to it. And then most of these are heifer, these two are cows. So they should know what they're doing. They should walk right through it. And then you hope that the heifers politely follow. But they're heifers and they can only be so smart. Because that one cow just went through all on her own. And the heifers are thinking about following. And I think they're actually gonna. That's what we want to see. They're heifers, so you just take it slow, be calm with them. Slowly. And so this is mostly just for, I mean, it's not mostly, it is just for hoof health, and it gets rid of mostly digital dermatitis or tear warts. So, yeah, just preventative management thing. Well, we're getting there. We have probably 20 left. And there's a few that are just absolutely refusing to go through.
Come on.
The more times we do it, the better it'll get. It'll get faster. But they're just not used to walking through that foot bath with water in it. Come on, please. Come on, please. Up. Come on. Come on. That one is refusing to go through. She's gone by like 10 times. Now they're going. See, like usual, a cow goes first, and the heifer should follow.
So Gerhard did some recording today. Yeah. I don't know what he recorded, but he recorded something, so we'll see how that is. So the skidder's out of the shop. You can see that's gone. The Freightliner's in. There's several things we gotta do this. That's in here, you can see. And the last part for this came in. So that we can finally get done. And then we can get it driving again. And then we're actually gonna put it right there between that. That's not the drive shaft. Oh yeah, the front drive shaft. We ordered a used drive shaft, not because this one's grenaded, but it did like bounce a little bit in between the guards. It didn't hurt the oil pan or nothing serious, but we saw a dent somewhere, and
Took some weights off.
No, I think it missed the weights, but we think it's not balanced, and we're gonna send it out, and maybe the people, they can rebalance it, because this drive shaft, that's why this is going. It's either got it replaced or rebalanced, because it came off once and it went ta-dun, and that's why it's did you just fart on camera? What a proud moment. The drive shaft, the U-joint blew and it came off and it whacked around, and this thing just, I can't really smell it, so it's not that bad. Oh boy. Anyway, the drive shaft came off, it whacked around, and it's not balanced right. And when I say this thing shakes when you drive it, you could probably turn butter in there. Or, I don't know, it's just make a milkshake, something. It's horrible. So that's gonna get done, and then the pistons for the tailgate are pissing out oil. So they gotta get repacked or something. And that's why this is in here. This is in here because we were having extreme starting issues. You couldn't get this thing to start without a battery charger and ether. And then if you got it starting, it would surge, so we knew it was electrical. We have looked around, and it's kind of known. It was, we saw that it was kind of known for on these things that this fuse right here, you can see it's pretty bad. This is your main 225 amp fuse that runs from your starter to your alternator. It's kind of known for the connections that get corroded after a long time. Yeah, I brought it in.
Where is it?
It's right there.
No, it's stuff I bought there.
No. This is what he was looking for, the plug. This is literally why we've been sitting around waiting for that thing, because the plug wasn't here. But it's here now. Anyways, it's pretty known for the connection to get corroded. So I went through, found out it was still working, but it definitely wasn't doing too hot. And then it melted all this crap. So I cleaned it, and the new one's coming. I kind of just have them connected straight through, and it's electrical taped up, but we're gonna have the new fuse in before we use it. And now it starts like a champ. This is on here because the batteries were still dead from the alternator not working right, so it charged all night. Now it's good. she starts 2 cranks. We like it. Yes. I've been slacking on the videos because we've been just doing other work.
A lot of woodwork.
A lot of woods, and it's cold, the batteries die. And I can't record when my batteries die. But we're gonna pull this dry shaft off. So, and clean the shop. So that was a lot of rambling to catch you up on probably a whole week of not recording anything. So we'll get into it. So we're under the truck. I'm no professional dry shaft expert, but from here to that U-joint, there's not a single weight anymore. There's no dry shaft ever that perfectly balanced.
The filters and everything.
Oh yeah.
When it came off.
So we're gonna actually pull off from here. This is the front differential from this U-joint, and we're gonna take the shaft all the way to the dry transmission off too. So not just the one, because there is a weight on here, but because the whole system kind of got ripped off, we're gonna have to check both out. And if we have to, we'll replace them, or they could just rebalance it, whichever way works, because we can't keep running this truck like it is. Otherwise, you're just gonna shake it apart. It's literally called the freight shaker on this farm for a reason. So I got the U-joint disconnected on that side and that side. That one won't drop yet because the hanger bearing is holding it too tight for me to pry it with a bar. This one I got off because it slides right here. So I'm gonna open that up and then hopefully not drop it on my face. I already loosened them a little. That's gonna fall. Bolt stuck. Okay. It's off. The bear, not bear. This, where is it? There's a washer here that was stuck. There. This washer was stuck right there. So we had to pry that out. Right now, Christoph was doing the blower on the 74 here because that was going.
Man, it was bad.
Show it to him.
I don't know if you can see it actually,
But you can hear it. When you were running the blower, it sounded really bad, so we just didn't really run it. Wasn't a big deal because it wasn't hot, but kind of need that to run the heater for snow plowing.
And the AC. Who the hell does want an AC?
Well, yeah, but we're in the middle of winter right now. And then he now has to tack weld some nuts on.
Just one.
One or two? I thought you broke two.
No, I thought it was, but I only broke one.
Well, there's I think 5 cover bolts.
No more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wow, okay. Well, you took it off, not me. There's little, where are the bolts? They're dinky. They're dinky.
10 millimeter.
They go in through here, through that panel he's right next to over there.
Yeah.
So he's gonna have to tack weld little nuts on and screw them out because they snapped on them. But we've actually never had this roof off since we've owned this tractor, which for 7,000 hours, can't complain. Mate, stuff's gonna come now, so it is what it is. But yeah, Philip's putting oil in the back of this right now, getting that filled up, and then we can go on with it. The used drive shaft's coming, and we'll get new yokes are coming to put on the new one, and that actually ended up being the most expensive part of this whole project. We do have to do the cab mounts, but we haven't messed with them yet because, well, the parts, and they're here now. And then we wanted to move it to that spot to deal with moving the cab all around to do them. And there's one air leak we gotta find while we're at it. So it's a lot easier if it's stuck in there, and we have a lot more room to pull trucks into work, because we wanted that done first. He's gonna start it up.
See if it leaks.
Yeah, we'll see if there's any leaks. Well, you might want to move just in case water went in that.
My water screw right out of there.
We did have the towel in it when we brought it here, but it did rain that day. Batteries are a little low. I'll crawl under there. Don't move too much, we got a lot of crap here. Okay. I'm gonna check. I don't see any leaking so far. That's the main shaft from the engine crank going to the transmission. But there's nothing leaking. I mean, see that white pipe dope? That was the screw we had to plug. There's some oil we're gonna have to clean up from the spill. But yeah, none of the gaskets are leaking. Oh, turn the light off. I'm gonna end the video. We've pretty much finished cleaning it up. I pulled the inverters out. We had this on to run the fogger, which that progress we never got to use it, but it is what it is. This one's getting replaced because it could be bent. It has the dent. We don't know, but it's not worth blowing this all up again. If it starts vibrating and blows the bearing again, it's just not worth the headache. So we're gonna clean this all up here. Maybe drive it a little bit outside tomorrow, and then hopefully it's all good. And then we'll tuck it in right there to do the other issues it has, which aren't big problems, but we want to get them done. That drive shaft's off. And we'll send all this out and see what the solution will be. Either new or rebalance. And then I didn't get to pulling those pistons off. Right here. You can see a bunch of oil. It doesn't even hold the tailgate open anymore. It's pretty bad. So that's what's going on. Thanks for watching, and till the next one.
2.5 up top we did.